If you're elected, the charter change might be revived and the push for federalism will be revived. May we know your stand on federalism? Are you for it?
Yes, I'm for federalism and for parliamentary form of government.
And since there's a draft charter in the House of Representatives, which is widely believed to be supported by GMA, have you read this draft, and do you think it's a good draft?
Well, it's a good draft, but I want the presidential system to be replaced by a parliamentary one. Because in parliamentary, it's easier to replace someone who is not competent, someone who is corrupt. While in presidential system, it's very difficult to change the leader.
Are you for the lifting of term limits and for or against the anti-dynasty?
I am against lifting of the limits. In fact, for me, there should only be one term for a senator and one term for congressman. Kasi paulit-ulit sila lang. And the voters are not given a wise choice or an informed choice.
Pero hindi po ba, I mean, the way politics runs right now in the Philippines, kahit tigwa one term lang yan, yung one term na yan, papasa-pasa lang sa mga kamag-anak. So that brings us to the anti-dynasty law.
Anti-dynasty.
How do we finally have an anti-dynasty law that actually works?
What I have in mind is setting a qualification for the candidates. Like for example, for a congressman, he should be at least a lawyer. For senator, he should be at least a lawyer. Para hindi yung porket artista yung anak mo, papasa mo yung titulo mo dun sa anak mo, kahit na bobo yung anak mo. No?
Prerequisite yung law degree tsaka yung bar exam?
Yes.
Dapat may PhD.
Or at least a college degree and an MBA degree.
Marami pong senador ngayon who will be out of a job. Senator
Well,
Manny
look
Pacquiao,
at their performance. Oh.
What about their performance? I mean, what do you think of the performance of certain people who don't have college degrees? Senator Manny Pacquiao, for example. Ano po ba?
Well, I admire Senator Manny Pacquiao because he's true to himself.
Yeah, you don't think he's doing a good job as senator?
Well, he's doing a good job, but he can do more if he could be someone who is more learned.
Yes, but you're saying that he should not have qualified in the first place.
Well, in the next charter that will be drafted, that's what I'm saying. It's not now.
Yes, sir. But what about Tito Soto? No, I understand you're talking about the future, but in pushing for a proposal for the future, if you look back at the past, how does that compare to your proposal? For example, the Senate President, Tito Soto, he's not a lawyer.
Senator Blas Ople didn't have a college degree, I don't think.
Yes, what I said is that at least a lawyer or a college grad, and at least with MBA, or at least an equivalent experience in the private sector. Yeah, I mean, you can come up with some kind of qualification and credentials table.
Yeah.
No.
No, but bringing us back
if you are not a lawyer, then at least you're a college graduate with at least 5 years experience in the government.
Yes,
something like that.
Bringing us back to why
not this time that basta ka na lang sinalang dyan.
Yes, but bringing us back to the original question, we were talking about dynasties.
Okay.
And you were saying that, one way to fight dynasties is to have a minimum requirement. But even among dynasties, precisely because they are the empowered, they have the resources, they're also highly educated. Yung mga anak ng mga congressman, they're the ones who can afford
to send these
kids even
in
abroad.
Good schools,
so,
yes.
Bringing it back to the question, how does that fix the anti-dynasty law? Doesn't it actually further entrench the already powerful, the already privileged?
I'm not saying that against political dynasty. What I'm saying is that I'm against officials elected who
without
qualifications.
Then so I'll bring it back to the question. You're not against dynasties. You are not for an anti-dynasty law. That's what
as long as someone is qualified, then the dynasty is not
an issue for you.
Not an issue.
Do you even believe that we need to change the Constitution?
Yes, I think so.
Do you think we actually need to shift to a federal system, or
Yes, to give for equal, or at least for a fairly equitable distribution of wealth of the country. Ang nangyayari kasi ngayon, this is what's problem with politics. If I'm the president and you are the governor of a province, and if I am mad at you, then I will not give any assistance to your province. For example, Yolanda. Just because he is Noynoy Aquino and these are the Romualdeses, they don't want to help them.
if we're going to have charter change, do you think there should be joint voting?
Yes, because that's what the law says. Joint voting.
It doesn't say that, sir.
It's
No.
a gray area.
It doesn't say in
actually.
the Constitution.
No, the Congress
doesn't
will vote as one.
The question is whether they should vote as separate chambers or jointly.
I don't believe that they should vote as separate chambers.
And
Because this is not a law that they're going to pass. This is not a bill. This is a charter. And a charter is directly approved by the people, not by the president. This is different from an ordinary bill where Congress will pass
Yes, sir.
it,
I
Senate will
understand.
pass
I
it, and
understand.
then the president approves it.
Yes, sir, I understand. I was just surprised when you said that the law says that...
Yes. Yes,
you,
yes.
It
you,
does.
you want a parliament. You will be abolishing the Senate,
Yes.
but you will be running for the Senate. That's
Well,
okay
at least
with
for this period. So that I can have a voice in crafting the new constitution.